Hello, Lockport Church family. Pastor Mike here. Hope you are doing amazing. Hope you have a great week this week. It is Sunday, and so I just want to take a few minutes to talk about what I learned. You ever hear the phrase that says, be yourself because everyone else is taken? That's what we're going to talk about this week on what I learned. So this week, Abram was an awesome young man of God. Okay, so let me set this up for you. We have a couple of Cutco knives, and they're the ones that have that lifetime warranty. And so we had to get them sharpened. We've had them for 4 years now, and we never got them sharpened. And so we had to get them sharpened. So I call my lady that I bought them from. Wonderful lady. If you're looking for some knives, I can hook you up. Her name's Leslie. She's awesome. And so I call her up and I say, hey, I've heard that you can come to people's houses and sharpen some knives. And we have some knives that need to be sharpened. So we made the appointment. She came Wednesday. So Leslie comes. She comes Wednesday. She, introduces herself again after we met for a while, sits at our table and takes a look at the knives that she's got to sharpen. And Abram, the awesome dude that he is, he just came right into the dining room and sat right next to me. And all of a sudden, just started talking to Leslie. Now, Abram's 11. This lady, all she's here to do is to sharpen some knives and hopefully sell me some knives, right? That's the whole reason why she comes. She wants to make a sale. So she is sitting there across the table, sharpening knives. Abram sits right next to me and just starts talking to her. Now, if you know Abram at all, you know that Abram can flat out talk to anyone about anything. And I truly think, especially after the situation that I was in Wednesday with him, I think this is a gift from God. Okay, I sit down across from the table from someone, especially someone I don't know, and I am so scared of what we're going to talk about. My son Abram sits down and he just goes to town. He asks questions. He tells her about things. He tells her about things that she probably could care less about hearing. He asks questions about the knives, about where she lives, about what she does, everything. And this lady spends about 30, 45 minutes sharpening my knives, talking to me about stuff. And Abram just spends that whole time just talking to her. And towards the end of her time with me, she turns to me and she says, thank you so much for your guys' conversation. I miss having kids around. She doesn't have any grandkids yet, and her kids are older. And you could tell that talking with Abram truly blessed this lady. And it blessed her so much, to be honest, that she skipped the whole spiel that she had for me, because she said, hey, when I come to sharpen knives, you got to give me some time to talk to you about some new products. She skipped that whole thing. And the reason I think she skipped it is because she was so blessed by Abram and Abram's conversation with her. And some of you have also come to me and talk to me about how much a conversation that you had with Abram has blessed you, or how much you enjoy talking to Abram. And I think that Abram has a gift from God. And I think Abram is not afraid, even though he might not even know what it's there for, and even though he might not use it sometimes in the most mature way, I think Abram just knows that he's got the gift of conversation. And I think he knows that it blesses people. And I think he even knows when people need it, like this lady needed it. And he just leads out in his gift. In Ephesians 4:1, it makes me think of this verse in Ephesians 4:1. It says, this is Paul talking to the city of Galatia. Okay, Ephesus, because this is in Ephesians. So Ephesians, the book, was written to people in Ephesus. This is Paul talking to the people of Ephesus. He's in prison at this point. So he says, as a prisoner for the Lord then, I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Live a life worthy of the calling you have received. I think Abram lives a life worthy of the calling he's received. I think Abram is called to just get people to open up, to have conversation, to help them feel important. That's what this lady really felt. That's what she was saying to me. She wanted to feel important. She had a conversation. Abram just talked and talked and talked. And he was just living a life worthy of his calling. Now, how do you live a life worthy of your calling? Here it is. You live the way God created you to live. You use the giftings that God created you with. You use just what comes naturally. How do you know what your gifting is? What comes naturally? What are you naturally good at? For Abram, it is talking. If you've ever had a car ride or sat in the same room with Abram, that dude can talk, okay? With me, I am silent, man. I'm like, I like to observe. I sit back. But my son Abram's got the gift of gab, and I really think it's a gift. Live your life worthy of your calling. That means live the way God created you. Live in the function in the giftings he's made you. And you know how those giftings are because it's just what you're natural at. What comes easy to you. Now, sometimes Abram's gifting is super annoying. Like the kid won't stop talking. And there are times when we have to talk with Abram. Say, Abram, you got to let other people talk sometimes. So he's learning how to use his gift. You got to learn how to use your gift. But it doesn't mean just because someone might get frustrated with you or annoyed at you, it doesn't mean you stop. A lot of people get annoyed by how much Abram talks. But he doesn't stop, guys. And that's how we got to live. Don't stop. Live a life worthy of your calling. That means do it. Do your calling. Be the way God made you. And do what comes naturally to you. Do what comes easy to you. It's super simple. Okay? So live a life worthy of your calling. Sometimes it's as easy as a gift of gab. Sometimes it's a conversation. Sometimes it's a text message. Hey, it could be a meal. It could be a gift. It could be anything. A smile. If God gave you a beautiful face, crack that smile open. What comes naturally to you? What are you naturally good at? Tell you what, if somebody was naturally good at tech, and they said to me, hey, I got an hour next Saturday. What can you use my help with? I'd have 14 things and it would bless my socks off. So take the things that come naturally easy to you and bless other people with them. And don't get frustrated if other people sometimes get frustrated or annoyed at you. Push through that. Learn how to use it. Take criticism. Grow and mature in your calling. But let's make sure that we live a life worthy of our calling. So that's what I learned this week. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you have a great week this week. Know that I'm praying for you. I hope you're praying for me. And we are all in this together. Love you, everybody. Bye.